All right, we are joined by five-time world champion and grandmaster Vishwanathan Anand, who is somehow stuck in Germany for over a month now. Anand, how are you coping with the situation? It's been more than a month now. How is Germany, and where exactly are you?
Well, I'm in a town near Frankfurt, and I came for some German league matches. But after that, first the league matches got cancelled, and then flights got cancelled, and so here I am. I'm doing okay. I have some friends nearby. I have no real issues except that I'm still waiting for flights to come back home, and I keep busy with my physical training, and also there's quite a lot of online chess going on. I also have a chance to with friends, things like that. So there's a lot of people with a lot of time out there.
Anand, it's strange, in India here, people are finding it really difficult to stay at home in the lockdown, and there you are in Germany, in a foreign land, and you're saying, I'm doing okay. You don't mind staying indoors. I believe your family is also here. You have a young kid, Arjun. How do you get in touch with them, and are they missing you? Are they finding it difficult? Is there some sort of, eagerness, worry that they have at the moment?
Well, of course, it'd be nice to get back home and see each other, but I think for the moment we understand that this is the way it's got to be. Akhil and Aruna are coping the best they can. It's very difficult because there are my parents, her parents, so a lot of people to keep an eye out for. But hopefully we'll get through this. Akhil does a lot of activities online. He's doing some coding, he's playing chess, he does his art, and so he tries to keep himself busy. I'm quite proud that they're both handling this well.
Well, Anand, you have a strange relationship, as far as Germany is concerned. In 2010, when you had to go to Sofia to play that World Championship match against Topolov, you were stuck in Germany at that time also, during those when we heard those volcanic ashes, they were floating around in the airspace. You were not able to reach your destination. You had to travel by road, for those 40 hours, and now again you find yourself perhaps in an even worse situation this time.
Yes, it's a funny coincidence, and of course that time we waited 3 days and we eventually went by road. But flights are assumed within a week or at most 10 days, if I remember correctly. This one is, of course, orders of magnitude higher because it's affecting the whole world, and this is actually very, very serious. But yes, both times I've stayed in Germany. I mean, this is the place where I did a lot of my match training, so I'm used to staying here for long stretches of time. It's just that this time it worked out very, very unexpected.
And Anand, are chess players tougher than the usual athletes? Everybody is stuck at home. There must be some sort of frustration creeping in as far as, perhaps those athletes who are used to traveling a lot, who engage in a lot of physical training, physical sport. So do you believe here at this point in time, the chess players are at a better advantage?
I think it's true that a lot of chess happens already at home and through electronic devices, and you get even tournaments that you have or games that you play online feel like the real thing. So in a sense, we are fortunate that this is not very disruptive to our way of doing things. Of course, it's a pity not to see each other and not to travel to tournaments, but once you remove that, there isn't. It's not that hard. Clearly, a sport which has to be played outdoors, that's different because they simply cannot do it this way.
Yeah, and how do you think, how do you see, life and sports post COVID-19?
I I'm imagining, of course, because I have nothing to compare it to, nothing to remember. Most things in life you try to imagine how they'll be based on how it was in the past and some similar thing, but we simply have no. I think while life will not return to normal, but it'll come close to that. So probably when things resume, it looks like normalcy has returned, but there'll be a lot of details which you'll slowly encounter, which tell you that this time it's really different. Um, for sporting competitions and all, I think there'll be a period where we'll have to work hard to keep the events going, but everybody will have to make do with less. This will happen for quite some time, and long term, I think it may take 2 or 3 years before we completely stop noticing the effects. Because in the meantime, there might be all sorts of medical restrictions, all sorts of changes. And I cannot say that, I cannot really tell, but I feel that life will not just go back to how it was in November that quickly.
Anand, as an active athlete, would you be more cautious while traveling, while meeting people, while competing against different players, while traveling? So, would you, as an active athlete, if you can speak for yourself or maybe the entire sports community, are they going to be more cautious from here on?
Um, Well, first of all, it'll depend on what recommendations we get. I mean, what the health authorities tell us to do, and what regulations the governments insist that people follow based on medical advice and so on. So that's one thing. But for a while, I think people will be suspicious of each other. People will behave strangely around others because, in a sense, we've all got a virus in our head as well, and we're scared of some invisible force, and it's inevitable. You start a certain amount of social distancing will happen no matter what, and that's what I mean. There will be some long-term changes that are almost imperceptible, but people will not be so relaxed with each other as well. But hopefully, eventually, people will just get fed up and start to come together. But I feel that for a while, caution will prevail.
And mentally, how does an athlete cope in a situation like this? For somebody like Vishwanathan Anand, or for any athlete of who's internationally renowned, who competes in international tournaments, how does he cope mentally? Is there some sort of frustration that creeps in after a point in time?
Um, it's it's frustrating, of course, that my chess calendar for the year is basically gone. There are a couple of online events springing up, um, but in life you have to accept things that you cannot change, and the virus is not something you negotiate with. So you have to do what's required and cope within that. In a way, I think a lot of people will feel some empathy with those whose lives are abruptly affected by some event, because this time we've all been affected by it. Um, and the main thing is to get ready to compete and not lose this feeling of playing chess in a competition. After 7 or 8 months of not playing chess, when I suddenly play initially, there'll be a lot of adjustments to make. But hopefully, if I train enough at home, I can mitigate that a bit. So, I mean, thinking a year into the future, I would say the first tournament will be very difficult, but it'll be difficult for everyone. And then hopefully we get back to normal from there. But what you cannot change, you simply have to accept.
Anand, you must have answered this question umpteen number of times in the past, but a lot of people would be listening to you at the moment. mentally, how do you prepare yourself? How do you keep yourself strong in times like these? Or because you've been practicing this art for the longest time, how would you suggest people? How would you suggest an active athlete, or perhaps public in general? What would you suggest? How to keep yourself strong mentally?
I would guess most people have figured it out by now because if you sit around the whole day doing nothing, then the days fly by, but you don't really get the feeling of relaxing either. So the thing is to dedicate a certain number of days to hours in a day to work towards something, to stick to your routines, but also inevitably with the abundance of free time we have, to make time to catch up with friends and perhaps indulge a few hobbies. You got to keep the brain engaged and distracted from this, and that's probably the best we can do.
And what is your routine like? Have you been following the same routine every day for the last 1 month?
In terms of time, I would say yes. I get about 4 or 5 hours of work in, and I go for a couple of walks. I go for a run, things like that, and I'm somewhat flexible. If I can't go at 9 o'clock, I'll go at 10 o'clock, that sort of thing. But yes, I manage to stick to a few hours a day of everything, and then I keep time to speak to my family at home, obviously, and speak to my dad once in a while, and catch up with friends. These are also nice things because after a long time, it seems that both sides are not busy. So mix and match that, but of course, it's good to keep some discipline because otherwise you forget how to play chess.
And as we speak, it seems Germany has eased curbs that were laid down for the as far as lockdown, not in entirety, but Germany has eased some curbs that were laid down. How is Germany treating the entire situation?
Well, I'm staying in a very small town near Frankfurt, so I wouldn't say I've noticed anything significantly different, both as they were tightening restrictions and now that they are loosening them. Probably the effects are more noticeable in cities, but when I go out, if some of the shops are open, then that might be a big sign because there'll be a little bit of activity. Germany, I think, is still treading very cautiously, so they might do this also in a phased manner. They might first see how it goes in one or two places and then go from there. But so far, they seem to have come out with the best record. I mean, the lowest mortality rate, which is in the end is the key.
And are you engaging yourself? Are you into movies, watching movies, or these series or documentaries?
Yes, I probably watch more series and documentaries on Netflix or something like that. Besides, people will these days exchange a lot of suggestions, so I've been going back and forth a bit.
So if you have to suggest something for your viewers, what would those documentaries, docu-series or movies would be?
The one I'm watching right now is Casa de Papel, Money Heist, and also I've been watching some lots of just nice nature documentaries. Just many of them, old ones, new ones, and so on.
Well, Anand, thank you so much for your time, and hope to see you soon and in India. All the best, and please take care.
Thanks a lot.